I assume most people are good people, so I think the hardest thing about breaking up with somebody is plain and simple. You're saying to someone, I don't like you. I don't want to spend the rest of my life with you. No one wants to say that to somebody.
If you are going to break up with someone, take a minute to think how your partner or your soon-to-be ex-partner is going to accept that message.
Every relationship I've ever gone in has gone 20% too long. There's a moment where I say, okay, it's over, and then about 6 months after that, I'm out of the relationship.
If you're someone who's indecisive or you're afraid of being alone, you could procrastinate.
Guys procrastinate on breaking up, yes. Yes, we're terrified of you. We're all pussies.
That's what guys do, slowly taking one foot and stepping out the door and waiting till the girlfriend is so miserable she has to end things.
9 out of 10 guys are trying to drive the girl that they want to dump them.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to do to somebody.
The problem with girls is they like the idea of a relationship more than they like some of their relationships. They care about the story. Jared and I are getting brunch this Saturday. Jared and I are doing this. Jared and I are doing that. But they're not saying, well, Jared has no real prospects of doing that well, and I don't know where this is going, but we did go apple picking.
That's not a good reason to stay in a relationship because you're nervous about being single or you're nervous about change. If you feel the relationship has run its course, you owe it to both of you to get out of it.
I'm gonna go with a very conditional yes on that.
Like if you've gone on 2 dates and the girl says, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And you text her back, I had a really great time with you those last 2 dates, but I think we're better off as friends. That's totally fine, but that's not a breakup. If you're calling it a breakup, it should be done in person or at the very least on the phone.
People should be really upfront about their breakup expectations early on in a relationship. 3 or 4 weeks into dating a guy at one point that I really liked, things were going well. And what I said to this guy was, I just want you to know that at this point, if you want to end things with me, it's no longer okay for you to just blow me off. I need you to let me know. You have to pick up the phone.
Here it is. If you've gone past second base, make it face to face. That's my motto from now on.
Once you've decided in your mind that you need to end a relationship, your next step is to really set up a meeting to articulate that decision to your partner.
I always think coffee. You could be told anything over coffee. And plus, the coffee doesn't have to be finished. It's like a $2 investment. It's not like you went out for dinner.
You want to try to speak in I statements. I want to break up with you. I've decided that this isn't a good relationship for me, and this is why.
The line is always, it's not you, it's me. But that's always BS. It's not you, it's us. Us together isn't the match. So you say, hey, listen, I'm just not happy in this relationship. We're just not made for each other, and we're both better off for this in the long run. And I wish you all the best. That's a breakup right there.
Breakupers always get a really bad rap, but some people really have a good reason for ending a relationship. And like I always say, if it's done well, if it's handled with class, it can be a very healthy breakup. Hi, I'm Rachel Sussman. I'm a relationship expert and the author of the Breakup Bible. Subscribe to THNKR.
Job interviews are a crucible of public speaking skills and question and answering skills, and many of the things that apply to effective Q&A and effective public speaking apply in the job interview.